flynubianqueen.com, the network for melanated women and men like you. So we're just going to get right into it. Come in, hit the like button, share this broadcast. If you're watching at a later date, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's flynubianqueen.com on YouTube, or you can go to flynubianqueentv.com and it'll direct you right to our YouTube channel. Also, be sure to text the word Queens to 31996. That's Queens with an S to 31996. That way you will be notified when Queens on the platform go live. Okay, so basically, yesterday we spent an extensive amount of time in the Lioness Den discussing the failed joint committee's speech / State of the Union speech, State of the Union addressed uninformally by President Joe Crime Bill Biden. Well, today we are talking about Vice President Kamala Harris, who is talking out of both sides of her neck on the American race issue. Okay, I have talked about Tim Scott. He's a non-FBA elected. I think he was running for something. I really don't know. Don't keep up with people that much who are just completely off code. But in response to President Joe Crime Bill Biden's address, where he did name white supremacy and acknowledge that it is a threat to national security and it's, a form of terrorism, without discussing any consequences or punishments for these white supremacists. Either way, the mere mention of racism had this dude by the name of Tim Scott make completely off-code comments about race and racism. He said that America is not a racist country. So then Vice President Kamala Harris responds to that, and listen to what she says. I want y'all to come into the Lioness Den and be sure to hit the like button and share this broadcast. All right. Now I'm looking at Bishop Talbot Swan's Twitter, and shout out to him. He's in the new film Buck Breaking. Buck Breaking is trending at #1, by the way, on Amazon, #1 in the world. Right. So it's going to be really, really exciting. That's all I have to say. If you haven't, you need to go over to buckbreakingmovie.com and get your copy, or go to Amazon. But anyway, look. Bishop Talbot Swan tweeted, quote, "I don't think America is a racist country, but we also do have to speak about the truth of history of racism in our country and its existence today," end quote, said Vice President Kamala Harris. Listen to this. So then Bishop Swan writes under that, "Wait a minute, America isn't racist. This comment is as asinine as Uncle Tim Scott's. Stop giving white supremacy cover." Now listen to this, y'all.
I believe that we need to address, well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country, but we also do have to speak truth about the history of racism in our country and its existence today. And I believe that we need to address, well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country, but we also do have to speak truth about the history of racism in our country and its existence today. And I believe that we need to address, well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country, but we also do have to speak truth about the history of racism in our country and its existence today. And
so if America had a racist history, and if America is still racist today, then how can you turn around and say that America isn't racist? That's what I want to know. Y'all help me make it make sense. Y'all help me make it make sense right quick while I take a sip out of this mug. Make sure you go over to visit shopfnq.com. That's shopfnq.com. Maybe I should play it again because it's only 12 seconds, so I could just loop it right quick.
I believe that we need to address, well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country, but we also do have to speak truth about the history of racism in our country and its existence today. And I believe that we need to address.
Enough. So basically, that's what's going on, and none of it makes any sense. So we already know that Tim Scott is a GOP black dude, or a dude with black skin. I have covered something really egregiously off code that he did in the past. Like, these people are so off code, I can't keep up with all of it. But it's quite dumb, if you ask me. It's quite stupid. So this story is trending. It says Kamala Harris says America isn't racist, but racism exists after Tim Scott's comments. This is on Yahoo News. Just really quickly, a copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, Teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right. And so according to Yahoo News, this is with how they're reporting it, and the Griot also, Kamala Harris says America isn't racist, but racism exists after Tim Scott's comments. Quote, I don't think America is a racist country, Harris said, but we also do have to speak truth about the history of racism in our country and its existence today. Vice President Kamala Harris doesn't believe that America is a racist country, but qualified by insisting that this country's legacy of racism needs to be addressed. Harris appeared on Good Morning America Thursday, the day after President Joe Biden held a joint address of Congress. She was asked by host George Stephanopoulos about the comments made by Senator Tim Scott in a rebuttal to Biden, in which he claimed the U.S. is not racist. Scott said he'd, quote, experienced the pain of discrimination, end quote, while looking at the camera, quote, I know what it feels like to be pulled over for no reason and to be followed around the store while I'm shopping, end quote, the South Carolina lawmaker. I'm from DC, so we don't say South Carolina, we say South Carolina. But anyway, it says, despite this admission, the lone GOP Black senator insisted that, quote, America is not a racist country, end quote. I mean, I don't understand who's surprised at any of this, but I'm just going to pause right there, right? I'm sure you all have seen Tim Scott going around the internet, speaking and looking dumb, off code, all of that stuff. But, you know, a lot of folks are like, oh my gosh, I am so confused. What happened? What did Senator Kamala Harris say? I mean, not Senator, excuse me, Vice President Kamala Harris. Why would she say that? Why would she say that? Well, why are you shocked? Why are you shocked? Remember this comment? Are you going to do anything? I'm not going to do anything that's just going to be to support Black people. No. Remember that comment, right? Remember the audios of then Senator Kamala Harris, or I think maybe she was the Attorney General, whatever her role is, the state of California, was laughing at arresting Black single mothers over truancy in the state of California, right? So this is the same like sort of anti-Black racism that shows up. So I've seen her record. I've seen what she's done and supported mass incarceration in the state of California. And then, you know, give her some hot sauce and a pair of Chuck Taylors, you know what I'm saying? And some Cardi B music. And, you know, she's lit, right? Pandering to the Black community. And so then people are like, yeah, we just got to do anything, get Trump out. Any sort of like non-white person, a Black woman, right? A Black woman in office is just going to be the savior of America, and it's just going to be so great. Well, what's the use in having a quote unquote Black woman, Black faces in high spaces? And a lot of people, hey, her Blackness is up for debate, right? According to a lot of folks. But what's the point of having a vice president who ran on the premise of like being a, I guess you can say, sister girl, and gets into office and is now saying that America is not a racist country? Really? So yeah, she's talking out of both sides of her neck. Why would she want to do that? I don't know. Maybe because she understands that she has a really great chance of getting a Democratic nomination to run for president in 2024. What y'all think? Now, another headline from The Hill says, I don't think America is a racist country, but we need to speak truth about history. Well, let's talk about right now, and let's talk about how you participated in it and how you're still aiding and abetting this racist system of white supremacy. See, she wants to, in my opinion, right, get into the good graces of white folks and a lot of folks who are first or second generation immigrant, right, Americans who are on team white supremacy. She does not want white folks to feel uncomfortable. And remember, she has a white husband, y'all, right? So she really may not believe that, I don't know, America is a racist country, right? She definitely, you know, strikes me as a bit of an integrationist, maybe a bit of an integrationist or assimilationist. But I think she's very, very intelligent in all that she does, right? Whether you like it or not, I think she's being very, very strategic and really wants to appeal to the white swing voter, right? And sort of like use her position as vice president to make statements like this that will intentionally make white folks feel comfortable And so after a while of doing that, then, their chances of probably getting her support, getting their support will be high the next time this election thing comes around. I foresee her as running for president at some point. Shout out to the B1 scholars in the house. I'm Jade Arendelle, aka Lioness Crown, your revolutionary, unapologetically Black host, right here at flynubianqueen.com, the network for melanated women and men like you. This is what we're talking about. I went into depth yesterday for over an hour talking about their administration, right? Vice President Kamala Harris, along with President Joe Crime Bill Biden, aka Lucifer, as I used to call Trump the Antichrist. It's only fair that I spread these labels, right? So anyway, that is very, very interesting. Now, a lot of folks are caught off guard and very, very disappointed. I don't know why, right? She's as fake as a damn dollar, a $2 bill, a $3 bill, $2 bill, or whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So this is what we're dealing with. The article in The Hill, it's quite extensive. It has a tweet here from Good Morning America. I'm going to play it really quickly, and then I have to bounce because I have an appointment in less than 5 minutes. Listen up. This is from Good Morning America.
Last night that America is not a racist country. Do you agree with that? And what do you make of his warning against fighting discrimination with more discrimination?
I believe that we need to address, well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country, but we also do have to speak truth about the history of racism in our country and its existence today. And I applaud the president for always having the ability and the courage, frankly, to speak the truth about it.
That's he spoke what we
know from the intelligence community. One of the great.
That is a lie. She said she applauds the president for always speaking the truth about racism in this country. Somebody say lies and give me some flames in the chat.
Always having the, I believe that we need to address, well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country, but we also do have to speak truth about the history of racism in our country and its existence today. And I applaud the president for always having the ability and the courage, frankly, to speak the truth about it. He spoke what we know from the intelligence community. One of the greatest threats to our national security is domestic terrorism manifested by white supremacists. And so these are issues that we must confront. And it does not help to
pause. Remember how I went in yesterday over and over and over again that it wasn't enough for President Joe Crime Bill Biden, to name that white supremacy is a threat. White supremacist terrorism is a threat to this country because he did not talk about consequences or punishment for white supremacists, period. And he's not about to give them none. And they're both on the side of the damn cops who are launching a hard, people were saying softcore genocide. This is an all-out assault on Black people. And she's participating in it as a top cop.
To heal our country, to unify us as a people, to ignore the realities of that. And I think the president has been outstanding and a real national leader on the issue of saying, let's confront the realities and let's deal with it, knowing we all have so much more in common than what separates us. And the idea is that we want to unify the country, but not without speaking truth and requiring accountability as appropriate.
All right, yeah, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. That's a whole wrap. Right? Yeah. Whoever voted for her, don't get mad now. Exactly. I agree. Yes. So anyway, that's what's going on. A lot of people are keeping the pressure on like keeping their energy on what Tim Scott said. I don't really care about what Tim Scott said. You know what I'm saying? Coon's going coon, basically. Right. But it's worse. You have a wolf in sheep's clothing who runs on a platform that panders to Black people, right? And then gets into the second highest office in the nation and says that America is not a racist country in the middle of us being dead and also dying, rather. Also in the same week that, or right after the guilty verdicts of Derek Chauvin, and then both of them made statements. She went first and then he made a statement. She as in Vice President Kamala Harris, and then he as in President Joe Crime Bill Biden. They want to get this George Floyd Justice and Policing Act passed. This is all smoke and mirrors. This is all a bunch of crock of bullshit, and we're not with it. So let's not focus on the proverbial coons or people who are off code. We know that they're going to be off code, but we need to hold people who are in positions of power accountable, especially when they are wolves in sheep's clothing. That's why I'm keeping the energy on Vice President Kamala Harris today. I got 1 minute until I log into my next thing. I'm your sister, Lioness Crown. We're here weekdays at 12 p.m. Eastern time normally, flynubianqueentv.com. Be sure to go over to flynubianpower.com. That's flynubianpower.com. Sign up for Unapologetic Black Power with Lioness Crowns. And also go over to our shop at shopfnq.com. That's shopfnq.com. This broadcast is ending, but so is global racism and white supremacy. We will trample this beast through fortitude, preparedness, and collectivism. And always remember that they stole us, they sold us, so they owe us. Until next time, family, peace and Black power.